Mortgage applications and the economy kind of all over the place. Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. It's Today in Mortgage. Rich, back with me again today. We're both semi on spring break, but Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Michael. Let's get into this one because I'm excited about it.
Let's do it. You getting a good base tan up there in Phoenix?
Yeah, I stay pink year round, brother.
That's right. I think my kids are going to try to get me to the pool after work today. But for now, we want to talk about this. Like you said, I'm excited about it. Some good news coming in our direction, but also some wobbly news in the economy in general. So, first, I want to go through some key indicators that we have going on right now. Inflation data came out this morning. Tell us what the report was and what it said, Rich.
Yeah, inflation is lower than expected, actually. So, if I'm in the mortgage or the real estate industry, this kind of news excites me because that means the possibility of a Fed rate cut increases, and even may happen sooner this year than initially anticipated, which is all around good for our industry and for our buyers and borrowers. So, I'm excited about that.
Rich, it definitely was something we've been talking about a lot is that rate cut. Is the Fed going to cut? We even got into some territory. We thought maybe there would be a rate increase this year. And even if we don't see a cut, markets are kind of pushing rates down a little bit. Let's talk about that other T word, tariffs. Big, beautiful word, tariffs, causing some strain on the economy right now. Is that hurting us in the housing industry at all?
Well, yes. I mean, already lumber costs are up for new builds. It's just the uncertainty. It's one thing to have tariffs to reciprocal tariffs to compete. We don't know what's happening. I mean, if you listen to any economist on any station, the news outlet, they're just confused on where President Trump is going. Obviously, he's negotiating, but if that doesn't help to be in a negotiation in front of everybody, it's a lot of sausage making that a lot of people don't need to see. So, and it's volatile. It's really, look at what's happening in the market. We're up and we're down. We're up and we're down. We're right now we're getting crushed. So, but bad news is good news for interest rates oftentimes. And so we're starting to see interest rates come down. They're lower than they've been in mid-December, and things are improving, Michael. At least for loan officers and real estate agents, they're getting more at bats right now because you've got more buyers and borrowers coming to the table interested. I mean, this article from Redfin refers to, they even went and how many times, what's the increase in people Googling homes for sale? That's up 10%. Applications, listings are up 7%. Applications up 7%. New listings up 3%. So, this is all good news.
Yeah, Rich, obviously commentators in the economy on the left side of the aisle, hair on fire right now. But even on the right, we're definitely hearing some, hey, what's the end game with these tariffs? Tariffs are going to be ultimately a tax on consumers. Are we using this as leverage? We don't know, so we're just trying to see. And I think that uncertainty is what you're talking about there. Rich, you went ahead and touched on the article, so I'll tee that up. We're from Redfin today. We're looking at an article said more people are house hunting and applying for mortgages as rates decline. So we talked about inflation affecting rates. We talked about tariffs affecting the general economy, and you touched on up and down stocks and bonds right now. All that combined, let's talk about why mortgages are ticking up. Why all that is having a downward effect on rates, albeit a small one.
Sure. Safe haven. People are investing in mortgage-backed securities, bringing the price down. 10-year treasury coming down a little bit. It's actually been super low and then back up half. We've clawed back some of our gains. And so now I think we're at 4.34 this morning. Still better than we have been, but not as good when you want to see it below 420. So hopefully we'll get there. But so this volatility, people want to put their money in safe places. And right now, treasuries and bonds are the safe places. So that's why you're seeing craziness happen in the stock market and people moving money.
You touched on some of the stats in this article. Were there any other things that we should be paying attention to here?
Yeah, I mean, look at the markets because this particular article breaks down certain markets and regions around the United States. And while some still have a negative year over year new listings or pending sales, they're better than they were. That's the thing. I mean, don't look at it and say like Houston or Austin, oh, it's still in a negative number. It's a smaller negative than it was. So they're just their start point was lower, of improvement. So, when you look at that, look at where the market was and where it is today. And while it's still a negative number, it's still a giant improvement over where we were.
Rich, what strikes me in all of this is that we're kind of in this little window. Hey, this week things are improving. All these kind of things are going crazy in the economy, which is pushing rates down a little bit. There's going to be these windows that occur during the year that are really an opportunity for us as professionals to go out and hit it hard and make sure we're getting people locked in when we can. So, Rich, do you think that's going to be kind of like, hey, you need to be ready to strike when these windows open up, or do you still see this as like a, we can kind of gradually get better and we need to wait on that?
Well, 100%, you got to be ready. Yeah, if you're a loan officer, that's your client for life. If you're not reaching out and taking care of them, you're going to lose them because somebody else is trying to. Someone's trying to take your client from you. You got to do your best, serve your client. You gave them a great experience during the initial loan process. That experience continues through the life of the loan. They are clients for life if you treat them like that. So you got to make sure that you're maintaining your database, contacting, reaching out to your borrowers, and letting them know that you're there for them. If you're not doing that, somebody's going to do that for you, and they're not going to be working for network funding.
Speaking of network funding and speaking of that process and that experience in the loan process, talk to me a little bit about the guardrails and the tools that we have to make sure our loan officers are ready when these opportunities occur.
Well, we've got a great, of course, CRM that manages a lot of that stuff. That CRM is going to let you know when your borrower is inquiring on a mortgage that's not with you. So you need to make sure that you're staying on top of that. That's some of the benefits that we give to our people. They're going to receive a notification that the borrower is searching for a mortgage within 2 minutes of that borrower doing that. So, we take care of our people, our clients, your clients. They are clients for life for both you, our loan officer, and network funding. We want to make sure that we're servicing that client forever and do the best possible job we can do for them.
It's a good word, Rich. And so, if you're out there and you're wondering how you can be a part of the best network in mortgage, just click the Grow link below, Rich, and get in touch with you with all the information you need. So, Rich, before we sign off today, any final thoughts on what is going on in this economy right now?
It's just a crazy ride. I mean, the economy is clearly slowing. We're going to see some pretty rough employment reports over the next couple of months. It has a lot to do with what companies are doing. How certain are they that things are going to improve and that a recession may only be a short time? They define what happens in the market, big companies. So, big companies don't feel confident. The economy is going to slow for sure.
Well, Rich, it's definitely going to be an interesting ride, and we're going to be tracking it. And so, make sure and like and subscribe to this channel, and we will continue to analyze these things. Obviously, there's a ton going on in the economy right now, and that has different pressures from different sides as it has to do with housing and mortgages. So, stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, Rich. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate everyone out there. We'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.